life.
Aloha, Kenmore. How's everybody doing tonight? I'm David Baker, Mayor, City of Kenmore, and on the behalf of the Kenmore City Council, I'd like to welcome you to our first ever virtual concert. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight, and it's an evening of Hawaiian music. The event is made possible with the support of many local businesses, and the City of Kenmore would like to extend a special thank you to our many community sponsors, including Frank Lumber, Evergreen Health, Eastside Natural Medicine, North Shore Utility District, Brent Smith Homes, and Kenmore Pediatric Dentistry. And tonight we have the pleasure of listening to Hawaiian music by Patrick Landeza and Kupaoa. Patrick Landeza was born and raised as an Hawaiian in Berkeley. He had to beat the cultural odds in order to learn slack key guitar, much less become a nationally recognized master of it. Patrick not only maintained but strengthened the Hawaiian roots that his parents planted and nourished, and he spread those roots to establish and feed Hawaiian culture in Northern California and along the West Coast. Not only is he an exceptional and award-winning slack key guitarist, he's also been producing Hawaiian concerts for over 20 years and teaches slack key guitar in music camps and classes around the country. Kupaoa, husband and wife duo, Kellen and Lihau Pike, have been performing as the duet Kupaoa for 15 years. During this time, they have been honored and received multiple Nahoko Hano Hano Awards for their releases, including Most Promising Artist of 2009, Best Liner Notes of 2010, Island Music Album of the Year in 2014, Best Hawaiian Language Performance, again in 2014, and Christmas Album of the Year in 2015. The title track of their 2013 album, Bumbai, was written by Dr. Paukia Nogelmeyer and was awarded the coveted Hakumele Award for Best Hawaiian Language Composition of the Year 2014. We're honored to have them both perform with us this evening. And I hope that former council member Glenn Rogers is watching tonight's performance. Glenn has a great love for his home state of Hawaii, and he has some awesome Hawaiian shirts. And speaking of Aloha shirts, are you wearing your Hawaiian shirts? If so, and you want to share a picture with the community, post it on the live video comment section or use hashtag Aloha Kenmore. Now sit back and enjoy the concert.
Hey, aloha, everybody, and thank you so much, Mayor. Thank you so much for having me and for having all of us here live. And it's always a pleasure and an honor. And thank you so much. My name is Patrick Landeza, and I am here on the island of Berkeley, California. However, we have our good friends Kupaoa. How are you guys?
Very well.
Oh, you guys are amazing. You know, I have done so many items, or not items. I've done so many concerts at Kenmore. This was actually my third at Kenmore, and so I'm just so excited to be here and sharing the aloha with them. And you guys, so where are you folks? Where are you?
It's the garage.
Well, we are actually coming to you live from our beautiful home in Kilauea, Kauai. And normally we would be outside in our yard, but it's kind of rainy today, so we had to bring some of the yard into our carport. And so we're protected at least from the elements, but we're excited to be a part of this. Thank you guys so much for having us.
Well, you guys, you both great. I miss you so much. I wish we were on Kauai right now, having a lot of fun and eating good food, and me going crabbing and fishing with you guys. as normal. Well, again, mahalo, big mahalo to Kenmore, the city of Kenmore, and thank you guys so much for having us. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, how about my good friends, Lihau and Kellen Kupaoa?
Aloha, everybody. Hope you guys are doing well in Washington.
Mai ka puna vai hoi nana Mana e bebe o ke ao ka naka Ka o mai aku kupunu e ae E la hala I ukalaha no I kai I la o laha pune ka honua e ala e ala e e ala e ala e Ahu ka ve kiwi ka uhi vai Kili kili hune mai ka noe noe Lani Ulupe ka laula au o ka vauna Hele Mana mana mai lana mano vai o uka Aka he ka vai o laina o Hawaii Oli e ala e ala e E ala e ala e Ola oka I ka paka ua Ola o kai ka pili ka Hawaii Ka aka ana makai ke aua Kea I ka ulu mahua hua o ka aina Ka hea wai ka naka I ke ala O ke ola e ala e ala e E ala e ala e Lei mei moku ola I ke kailala E nehe nehe mai ana I ka ai O ne A he lihu ka kai ko ka muli Whai I ke kahe ana kui ka moana Mano mano ka Hawaii puni I ka moana nui e ala e ala e E ala e ala e E ala e ala e There's a song called Kalei Moana, the title track of our brand new, our newest Hawaiian album. And mahalo, Kalei Moana, it talks about the interconnectedness of all things. And it's really kind of hitting a chord during this time of our COVID pandemic. Kalei Moana talks about how all living things on earth, all people, everything, we're all connected by a gigantic body of water. And how, you know, whatever we do here affects guys all the way across the pond, and vice versa. Whatever else is going around on the other side of the world affects us over here in Little Hawaii. So, hey, wanna mahalo Kenmore for having us, and Patrick Landeza.
We've been working with Patrick now, gosh, for about 10 years or so.
And share the stage with him for 10 years.
So
and
many times. It's such a...
This is so nice to be brought together through the internet.
Virtually, yes.
Virtually, to be able to share the
as we all adjust to the new
stage
norm.
with him.
Yeah, the new norm, whatever that normal may be. It's gonna be interesting seeing how music comes back. But we hope to someday make it over to Kenmore in person. It would be
definitely.
wonderful to see you all in person. But the next song that we're gonna do actually is a song, and it's a favorite song that's often requested in our concerts, and it's a song that talks about a gentleman whose name was George Jarrett Helm. And he was, back in the 1970s, the Hawaiian culture experienced a renaissance of sorts. You see, earlier in the century, in the 1950s, 40s, and 60s, you know, Hawaiian culture was kind of on a downhill slide. And it was in the 1970s that there was a resurgence as people began to kind of their identity and their culture reawakened. And so this man, George Stewart Helm, was kind of at the forefront of many of the movements to help Hawaiians rediscover themselves. And he was, in addition to being a community activist, he was an amazing musician and one of the clearest, most beautiful falsetto voices you've ever heard. And sadly, he passed away very suddenly. He was lost at sea. And so my parents, they're a friend of theirs, a very dear friend of theirs, Dr. John Kamakavivo Ole Osorio, he composed this song in memory of Uncle George Helm. And it's a song that honors George Helm and his voice and all of the work that he did for our community. And it talks about, what a pivotal role he played. It's a song called Hawaiian Soul that we recorded on our album Bombay. We hope you guys like this. I can recall the way your voice would fill the room, and we would all be stilled by your melodies. But now your voice is gone, and to the sea belongs all of the gentle songs that you had harbored. Hawaiian soul, how could you leave us? You've not been lost at sea, you're only wandering. Hawaiian soul, we sing your melodies and send them out to sea. You know the harmony. They say before you left to seek your destiny, that older voices called and drowned your laughter. But I believe you knew what you would have to be, a beacon in the storm to guide us after. Hawaiian soul, how could you leave us? You've not been lost at sea, you're only wandering. Hawaiian soul, we sing your melodies and send them all to sea. You know the harmony. dear to us, a song called Hawaiian Soul. All right.
Thank you. We'd like to do this song. This is the title track from an album that we released in 2016, and this song is called Ko'okele. Ko'okele talks about the navigators within all of our lives, those folks that help us to get to where we are, whether it be parents, grandparents, aunties, uncles, neighbors, teachers, people that you hold dear in your life that guided you along your path.
You know, and this song was originally, it's an original song, and it was, I was inspired to compose it for my dad, whose Hawaiian name is Kaho'okele. And, you know, he has been a navigator, ho'okele, for my family and for many, many people in our community here in Hawaii. And as I was writing this song, though,